The life of a Roman gladiator. Congratulations! You've just woken up on a straw mat in a small damp cell. The year is 80 AD. You are not a hero. You are not a volunteer. You are a slave, a prisoner of war, or a condemned criminal. You are now the property of a lanista. You are a Roman gladiator. Welcome to the Ludus, the gladiator school. This is your prison, your training ground, and your home. Forget the glorious marble halls of Hollywood. This place is part military barracks, part high-security prison. Your day begins at dawn. There is no privacy. You share your cramped quarters with other men, most of whom don't speak your language. The air is thick with the smell of sweat, fear, and unwashed bodies. You are at the bottom of a strict hierarchy. The veteran gladiators, the veterani, get better food and treatment. You are a novitius, a novice. You are expendable. Let's bust our first myth. Your owner, the lanista, has invested a fortune in you. He's not trying to get you killed in your first fight. He's running a business. Your death is a financial loss. Your survival and victory bring him profit and glory. Breakfast is a bland, mushy porridge, most likely made of barley. Gladiators were known as hors d'oeuvres, the Barley Men. It's cheap, high in carbs, and designed to pack a layer of fat over your muscles. This fat is a form of protection, cushioning nerves and blood vessels from shallow cuts. Now, to the training yard. You will spend 8 to 10 hours a day here. The training is relentless and agonizingly repetitive, drilling the same basic movements over and over again. Your trainer, the doctore, is a former gladiator who survived long enough to retire. He carries a whip, and he is not afraid to use it. Weakness and hesitation are beaten out of you. You start with the rudish, a heavy wooden sword. You will drill for months, even years, against a wooden post called a palace before you are ever allowed to touch real steel. You don't just fight. You are trained for a specific fighting class, each with its own unique equipment and style. This is another part of the business. Certain matchups are crowd pleasers. Perhaps you are a Thrax, with a small shield and a curved sword, designed to slash around your opponent's defenses. Or maybe a Murmillo, the fishman, with his large, heavy shield and classic short sword, the Gladius. He is the heavily armed brawler of the arena. Or the most unusual of all, the Retirius. You have almost no armor, just a net, a trident, and a dagger. You are fast, agile, and your job is to trap your heavily armed opponent. This brings us to myth number 2. Every fight is a duel to the death. This is false. Most matches were fought under strict rules and overseen by a referee. Think of it less like a street fight and more like a brutal, bloody form of boxing. Because you are a valuable asset, you receive some of the best medical care in the Roman world. Doctors are on hand to set broken bones and stitch up wounds. Their job is to get you back in the arena as quickly as possible. Lunch is more barley, maybe with some beans. The diet is monotonous but effective. Analysis of gladiator skeletons shows they were well-fed, strong, and had surprisingly good bone density. Life in the Ludus is strange. You are a slave, but you are also a celebrity. Outside these walls, your image is on oil lamps and mosaics. You are a hero to the common people. Inside, a strong bond forms between the men. You train together, eat together, and face death together. Gladiators often formed burial societies to ensure their fallen comrades received a proper funeral. Now, let's say tomorrow is your first match. The night before the games, you are given the cena libera, a free dinner. It's a lavish banquet, a chance to eat and drink your fill. For some, it will be their last meal. Morning comes. You are marched from the Ludus to the arenas. Today, it is the Colosseum. The games begin with the Pompa, a grand parade. You march into the arena in elaborate costumes, displaying yourself to the cheering, jeering crowds. The emperor is watching. Myth number 3. You all chant "Hail Emperor, we who are about to die, salute you." This line is recorded only once in history, during a special naval battle, not by professional gladiators. The morning is dedicated to the Venetians, the wild beast hunts. But you are a true gladiator. Your time comes in the afternoon. You are finally on the sand. The sound is deafening. The sun is blinding. You look across at your opponent. He is not your enemy. He is just another man trying to survive the day. The referee gives the signal. The fight begins. It is fast, brutal, and exhausting. The goal is not necessarily to kill, but to dominate, to force your opponent to submit. When a gladiator is defeated, he raises one finger, a sign of submission. He is yielding. Now, his fate lies in the hands of the crowd and the editor of the games. And here is the biggest myth of all: the thumbs down for death. There is zero evidence for this. Most historians believe the signal for death was a thumb pointed up, symbolizing a drawn sword. A thumb hidden in a closed fist likely meant missus, mercy. Why? Because you fought bravely, and the crowd wants to see you fight again. Remember, it's a business. Most gladiators survived their fights. Studies suggest a death rate of around 10 to 20% per match. Your chances are not great, but they are far from zero. If you survive but lose, you walk back to the Ludus in shame. If you are wounded, you go to the doctors. But if you win, you receive the palm of victory and a sum of money. You are the hero of the hour. Your fame grows. And if you keep winning, you might survive long enough to earn your freedom. After years of fighting, you could be awarded the Ludus, the wooden sword that symbolizes your retirement and liberty. As a free man, you could become a trainer, a bodyguard, or even a celebrity endorser. Your fighting days are over. But for now, your first day is over. You survived. You are back in your cell, eating your barley mush. Your body aches. You saw men you knew die today. You live in a state of constant stress, knowing that any day could be your last. The psychological toll is immense. The life of a gladiator was a life of bizarre contradictions. You were a slave, but also a sex symbol. You were a prisoner, but also a professional athlete. You were part of a calculated billion-dollar entertainment industry, a business of blood. The real gladiator was not Russell Crowe. He was a desperate man, fighting for survival in a system designed to profit from his sweat and blood. The games were more than just entertainment. They were a display of Roman power, a way for emperors to distract and control the population, bread and circuses. These men were not the noble heroes of legend. They were survivors. They fought not for abstract ideals, but for one more meal, one more day, one more breath. So, could you have survived a day as a Roman gladiator? The physical brutality is only half the battle. Could you handle the psychological grind, the constant fear, and the loss of your own humanity? It's a world so brutal and alien it's hard for us to even comprehend. The gladiator is a perfect reflection of Rome itself, disciplined, ruthless, practical, and capable of spectacular violence. Our fascination with them endures because they represent something elemental, a struggle for life at its most raw and public. But it's a story that should remind us of the real human cost of what was, in the end, just a day's entertainment. When you go back to sleep on your straw mat, you know you have to do it all again tomorrow, and the day after that, until you win your freedom, or your luck finally runs out. Your real opponent wasn't the man across the sand, it was the system that owned you. The true arena was the world of Rome itself. Thank you for joining us for this look into the brutal reality of a gladiator's life. If you found this compelling, please subscribe for more deep dives into the past.